G'day Roosters. Today I am going to make a rice malted whisky with a toffee malted barley. And the ingredients are going to be for 2 vessels, 6 gallons in each. And what we're going to have is 3 kilos of rice malt in each, 1 kilo of the toffee barley, malted barley, 3 kilos, possibly more depending on the ABV, of dextrose in each vessel, some acid, and I'll use the pH just to check that. And today what we're doing is we're using a pure distilling premium yeast. This actually has the glucoamylase in it, and currently what I'm doing, I'm already doing it, heating up the water. I'm going to use a sparge bag for this, and it's basically got a little cake plate on the bottom of my boiler so it doesn't sit on the bottom in the sparge bag. I'm going to do 2 kilos of this and let it do its aesthetic powers, and then what I'll do is basically I'll do all the actual dextrose and the malt and mix it all in a separate area, and I'll halve the 2 kilos of this up in each fermenter. Then I'll tip the malt and the dextrose into it, and then we'll do the pH test, add the acidic stuff, and make sure it's right, and then we'll go for the whisky yeast. Like I said, it's got the glucoamylase in it. It's got some instructions on a recipe on the back. I'm slightly modifying it because I am adding this, and I am going to put the actual grains in the fermentation. I'm not going to sparge bag it out or anything like that. It will go directly in there, but I will filter it before I distill it. Okay, so there you go. Hope you've got some idea on what we're doing. We're going to make a nice mild toffee flavoured whisky. There you go. Okay, Brucers, so just letting you know, getting the boiler up to 85 degrees with a bit of water in there just to sterilise it. I have already sterilised it, but I just want to give it a go. So there you go, bit of steam. Never hurt anybody, they say. Or do they? So anyhow, just getting up to 85, then I'll tip some cooler water into it and get it to the 70 degrees like I want it, and then I'll put in the barley. Okay guys, so the dextrose is melted down in there, and then I'm going to put in the rice malt that was also mixed in with a little bit of dextrose. So I actually upped the ante on this one, and I put 4 kilos of dextrose, and I have put in 3 kilos of rice malt, and I'm yet to put in, oh look at the pug, he's there having a look, he's so interested. Okay, puggy chuggy. And I will put in the barley after it's done its aesthetic powers, which will be in probably about another half an hour. So I'll get to you back then. Looking beautiful, isn't it? Nice and gold. Absolutely, it smells absolutely delish. Okay guys. Okay Brewsters, so we've done the malted barley, toffee malted barley's aesthetic powers. I put it in at about 70 degrees, and it basically started off at about 67, and it's been in there for over 90 minutes at 62. I'm going to put some more in it. It smells absolutely delish, and don't forget it's going in with the rice malt and the dextrose. So anyhow, that's how we're going. I've got to wait for it to get to 50 degrees, and I can put some more amylase in it just to make sure that it's all working properly. Because you know, if this was mistreated in any way, it might not have enough of its own properties, but I doubt that's happened. You know, the quality of the grains that I get are really good, and smells absolute delish. There you go. So anyhow, we'll wait till she gets 50 degrees and I'll chuck in some more amylase. Anyway guys, this is something we do in Aussie land. We'll have meat pies. Yes, I don't know if you have them where you are. Basically it's a meat pie. It's a pie pastry with meat, and we put a bit of sauce on it. Heinz does not just mean beans. Okay, that one's going for my football team. black and yellow. Anyhow, there you go. Waiting for the amylase to all work, so I'm going to have a pie. Okay, Roosters, this is one way you can tell if you've got basically your amylase working. I cooled that mash down, a little bit of it in the freezer, so it was about 20 degrees. And I put her in, and it says a potential of 3% alcohol. So there you go. The amylase worked in that. That's really good. I'm pleased with that. So that was 2 kilos, and a potential of 3% out of 2 kilos of toffee malted barley. Okay, very good. Hi Brucers, we've had a successful mash. So anyhow, this is at 15% potential alcohol. Very happy with that gravity. Just saying, if some of us don't have stills, you can still do this. Go down Narshi's distillery if they could do it for you, and they might say yes. I do actually have one that I can go to. Unless I pay the excise, I can't actually have it. I can have a taste, but that's about it. And I'll get some recordings of me at the distillery and how they do it and stuff with what stills that they're doing. But anyhow, that's a great mash. So this one I do believe I will actually keep, and I'm very happy. So that was 3 kilos of rice malt, 4 kilos of dextrose, and 1 kilo of toffee malted barley. Okay, so, and I pitched the yeast at 35 degrees because it had the glucoamylase, and I didn't in the end put any more amylase in it. I was quite satisfied with its own natural properties and what it turned out to be. So, okay, well anyhow, we'll keep it going and tell you what it's like when she's done.